here. I'm going to make the Bombay curry casserole. The reason I want to show you this particular recipe is because one, we're in the tropics and I'm using some tropical fruits. Two, it's something that tastes a lot like a cooked food, and it's a satisfying meal, and it's something that's easy and quick to make. And I love to just do things that all you need is a blender, you know, a cutting board and a blender. So I'm going to start out with my sauce on the Bombay curry casserole, which I think is like your second page. And it calls for 1 cup of soaked almond, which I'm going to use macadamia nuts for that as well. And I'm just going to put these in with the water. And let's see. I'm going to use some mango in there. Half of a fresh mango. This is one small mango. Some curry powder. Got a little rained on here or something. 2 teaspoons of curry powder. So I've got that in there. I'm going to put in tamari. It says Bragg's liquid aminos or tamari. I use wheat-free tamari versus namashoyu. It's by the same company. The brand is Ashawa. Most tamari is wheat-free, but you want to make sure, just always read your labels. Probably not raw. Okay, so I'm putting some Italian seasonings in there, and then some oil. I'm going to use olive oil. See how dark and beautiful that oil is? You want to use, when you buy olive oil, buy it in a dark bottle. That's one of the first things. You don't want to buy oil that's been exposed to light, because it's just like vitamins. It breaks down really quickly. The other thing is you want to make sure it says extra virgin and cold processed. Okay, I'm going to blend now. That tastes pretty good. It's nice and seasoned. Okay, now I'm going to put some things into a bowl, which is my base part. We've got, again, it says 3/4 cup soaked almonds. We're going to use macadamia nuts. Is this what this is for? Okay, so I'll put that in the bowl. Actually, I'm going to roughly chop them because they're a little bit bigger than almonds. Next thing I'm going to add in is pine nuts, which are these, right? Okay, and this is a good, oh wait. Can you drain those for me? Just in there. Ellie's going to drain those for me. We're going to do some apples and peeled, cored, and diced. So I'm just going to peel it real quick. I like Fuji apples. Those are one of my favorites. I don't like Red Delicious because they're almost always mushy. Do I have a sprinkler down here? Okay. Other fruits you could use in here are pears. Okay, next thing we're going to put in is some, well, instead of mango, we're going to use banana in this part. And we're going to chop those up. Okay, so I chopped the bananas into little squares, and I'll put those in my bowl. Thank you. So it's funny that this has fruit in it because it kind of tastes like a savory dish. So it's a fruit dish that tastes like, you know, a savory food. I have some peppers that have been minced, red bell peppers. Green bell peppers, a lot of people don't know this, but they are unripe. They're an unripe fruit. Right. So a lot of people that say I can't eat green bell peppers because it gives me gas, is because you're eating an acid fruit. And unripe fruit is one of the most acid-forming foods we can eat, even though it's a fruit. So picking your fruit unripe and eating it is very acid-forming for us. So we always want to try and get the ripe, pick it ripe if you can. So I'm going to add goji berries instead of raisins. I love goji berries. They have so much nutrition in them, it's amazing. And the more you eat them, the more you want them. Isn't that funny about a food? When you start eating it and your body goes, oh, that's an option, then you crave it. Before you know it's an option, you don't know that you can have it, so your body doesn't crave it. But when you start eating it, you start wanting it more, that's a good sign. Okay, then I'm going to put my pine nuts in that Ellie drained for me. And we'll pour the sauce over that. How much time do I have? 15 minutes, okay. All right, we're going to move fast here. We got 15 minutes. I'm going to pour the sauce over this and stir it up. Now this will last a few days in the fridge, so this is a good one that you can make ahead of time. A lot of people ask me, like, don't you want to make foods fresh every day? It's not that good to eat leftovers. Well, I will say yes to that. Like, it's always better to eat fresh. But if it means eating something else that's cooked because you're in a hurry, or eating something not healthy for you, it's better to make, I tell people to do like Sundays and Wednesdays, make those 2 days your big food production days, and make a lot, and then just have those foods ready to go in the fridge, and that way you don't have to feel like you have to constantly be in the kitchen making stuff. Okay, so just stir that in well. And it really just looks kind of like a cooked dish when you get it all stirred in.